Looks like Hasbro wants to back this project as early as possible. Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. So guys, this just came across my desk. People have been talking about it a little bit now. And I have to just, put my opinion in the ring because honestly, we were talking about this just last week after the Haslab had been announced. And you know what? It doesn't really surprise me, especially considering what happened and, the overall attitude towards this release. And you know what? It's a telling sign. And it follows a pattern that other, exclusives seem to be following as well. So, let's get into that, guys. Before we get started, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I post up to 2 episodes a week, and I hope you guys enjoy. And don't forget to hit that bell notification, so you guys will always know when new episodes are posted. So, guys, let's take a deep dive into this and find out exactly what happened with Ghost Rider today, and this new revelation that they just released for their Haslab project. Let's have a look. So, guys, as we discussed in my live stream last week, this is this has been a bit of a polarizing situation with the Haslab Ghost Rider project. They've been teasing this for the last couple of months, and we did know early on that it was going to be Ghost Rider related, and everything that comes with this is pretty cool. I mean, it comes with the standard card, no flame effects. You can swap out the tires, you can swap out the engine for the flaming engine, the flaming tires, the glowing tigers with the LEDs, and of course the brimstone, which just bubbles up from the bottom. The car itself is wonderfully designed. It's got a wonderful interior. You can actually change the position of the shift knob. And of course we have Robbie Reyes himself looking so great with 2 different flame effects and his signature weapons, and of course his chain. This is a wonderful set, bar none. But I think the price is really where people kind of got a little apprehensive. If we hit back this project now, $349.99. That is a big ask for anybody interested in actually backing this project. I think the Marvel Haslab team recognized that this would be a little bit more difficult than, let's say, a Sentinel or a Galactus. So they wanted to incentivize people very, very early, and they decided, taking a page out of the G.I. Joe team, they actually would be offering, a bonus figure in the form of Robbie Reyes himself. So if this project reached 9,000 backers by the end of this week, which is September 23rd, 2022, all backers will receive an additional Marvel Legends 6-inch figure of Robbie Reyes in his human form. Last week, we're speculating if this was actually going to get it over the hump for the first week. I think getting Robbie Reyes in the first week is kind of questionable. I'm not 100% sure if that was actually going to be, possible. And you know what? The news today, the announcement today, was kind of telling, as I think the Hasbro Mattel team also sort of felt that this might need a bit of a push as well. It's kind of a shame that Hasbro doesn't actually release any of its tiers early on to really gauge excitement and really get people energized for backing these dream projects, if you will. Early this morning, it was only at 4,082 backers. I think they need 4,500 backers just to get to the halfway point. That being the case, I think the Marvel Haslab team sort of took notice of this and decided, you know what, let's go for broke. Let's go ahead and release one of our tiers because it's only Tuesday, and they've gone ahead and announced that Mephisto, yes, Tier 1 at 12,000 backers will release the Delight in the Darkness of Marvel's Mephisto. Holy crap, guys. Amazing. This is something which I think a lot of us never expected to happen. Mephisto is actually going to be realized in Marvel. Mephisto has always been one of those polarizing characters. I mean, although he's been compared to the likes of the devil, he's never actually admitted to being, the so-called devil. And let's just say it, he was patterned after the devil. I mean, this is what most people think of when they think of a devil. They think of a fully red-clad figure, pointy ears, sinister look, long fingers, long fingernails, and yeah, just a demonic overall, appearance. And that's exactly what this guy, looks like. And that has been much controversy for Marvel for years, because even in the movies, They went with Darkheart instead of Mephisto. And when you think about it, they just did not want to portray that type of idea that, the devil is actually out there. The devil is a real person in the Marvel Universe. So Mephisto has always and never actually has admitted to being the devil. He's always, he is this demonic person, but yeah, he does his own thing, and that seems to be the case. So now, Tuesday, a full 3 days before the deadline that was proposed by the Marvel Legends team. It looks like that they really are hoping to get this fully backed by the end of the week, because a release like this has never happened before. They've always held back the tiers until they actually reach their backing. So this is a first in many regards, and it's very, very telling and interesting that this should happen at this stage. So guys, I think this is a clear-cut indication that they are not that confident that this particular project will reach its full funding on Friday. Now, I will preface that by saying I think that this project will fund. They're almost halfway there, and it's only been the first 3 days. And you know what? That is a long time. We have another month and a half, to actually get this funding. But since this announcement, let's hit refresh on this and find out where we are. Yeah, since this announcement, they've gained a few backers as of this announcement. We are now at 4,370 backers, and that is nearing the halfway mark. So, that being the case, could this actually get us to a fully backed project by Friday? That remains to be seen, but it is interesting, at the very least, to speculate as to why this decision was made. I mean, normally, I have to say it this way. Normally, a company wouldn't be that concerned about releasing, a bonus figure. I mean, it kind of, means that they don't have to create this figure and put tooling into it, put some extra money into it. I'm not trying to pit one team against the other. It's just really, really interesting that the G.I. Joe Haslab team has pivoted twice and actually made some very, very good decisions in terms of what to do when the numbers are down. And you know what? They've also done a really good job of pivoting to ensure that their project, gets fully funded and get all their tiers, as we saw with the His tank in the final stretch goals. This is going to be an interesting test for Marvel, as they really have never had a real test like this. Most of their projects have funded quite well, very, very quickly. And this seems to be the first one that, has caused a little bit of controversy, a little bit of, fan, not pushback so much, but definitely at least chatter. And, is getting a little bit polarizing in terms of where it stands. $350 is not small change. It is a lot of money. And for a newer character like Robbie Reyes, celebrating the 40th anniversary, I think a lot of people really were expecting, Johnny Blaze. And it's interesting to see that, Robbie Reyes ended up being the Ghost Rider. Yeah, this has been a very interesting week for exclusives and products like HasLab. Just last week, the same week that the Ghost Rider project was announced, Mattel also released the Master Universe, Celebration 4-pack for their television sensation 4 He-Man set, which celebrates the 4 He-Mans throughout the decades. And it launched with a very high price tag. And you know what? It's pretty telling that people, especially in this climate where, everything like from gas to food to, the bare essentials seem to be very, very hard to afford. And toy companies seem to be pushing the envelope in terms of like what they're able to charge for their products. The 4 set was $150, and people did speak with their wallets. It's still available for sale 1 week after. And that is, in stark contrast to the other products that were released under the Master Universe brand, selling out within minutes and sometimes half a day. This one has been going on for over a week, and it's very telling. Same thing seems to be happening here with this particular product. The HasLab, Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes. Although the character is very interesting, the price tag that's associated with it seems to be a barrier to entry. $350, but they did take a cue from the G.I. Joe team in offering an early bird special, trying to get it back just to get the for sure sales in. And in an unlikely move, which is something that they haven't done at all, they have actually released a tier, which they don't do normally, very, very early, in the campaign. Probably because they really want to get this back, if possible, in the first week. Having said that, this did not have the same outcome as the Haslab His Tank. And yeah, it did not fund in the first day, and it's even only about halfway through its funding as of today, Tuesday, at 2:11 p.m. So, with this new release and this new unveiling of Mephisto, will this actually help the campaign finish its funding by Friday? That still remains to be seen. I wonder if it still doesn't reach, or get nearly as close to the funding on Thursday or Friday afternoon, if they will actually release another stretch goal just to get people more incentivized to back this thing. Guys, what are your thoughts about this new development? Are you guys interested in backing this project, knowing now that Mephisto is the first stretch goal, along with Robbie Reyes, which could be a bonus figure if we get the full backing by Friday? Are you guys interested in this, interesting Ghost Rider with a car? You know what I mean? Like, I never read the comics, so I don't really know much about Robbie Reyes. And are you guys interested in propping down $350 for Ghost Rider? Please leave those comments in the comment section below. Or, guys, are you just completely not into the Marvel scene and the prices for toys are just absolutely astronomical and you're going to take a break or perhaps even leave the hobby entirely? Please, guys, leave those comments in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. I hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Geek proud, everybody. Toy prices. Am I right? Geek proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters. Thank you so much, everybody. It's thanks to your support that this channel continues to grow, and I really could not have done this without you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really means a lot and really helps the channel to keep growing.